Boys and Men. Boom, boom, da, da,
Oh yeah.
da, da.
Now that's gonna be stuck in my head all night.
Okay.
Right.
I might know some Boys to Men.
I know. She's probably like 2 when it came out.
Kevin.
Yo, when did that come out?
No, we probably were like,
No,
I probably was in diapers.
Yeah, you're the youngest one. When did that come out? Hold on. It came out in 91.
Oh no.
91, yeah.
I was
right.
You were like 18?
Who, me? Shut up. I was 10. I was 10 years old.
Oh, why is the jokes tonight?
I was just asking a question, that's all.
How old were you? 18?
Mm-hmm. Welcome everybody. Y'all come in and share.
Oh God.
You better be glad I'm tired tonight. My brain is clicking like it
I give it 10 minutes.
like it should.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you were what, 1 when it came out, Maya? Or you was you were born in 90?
Or 1-ish. Yeah.
You were almost 1 because it came out in 91. So if you were born in 91, yeah. You were born in 90 or 91?
I was born in 90.
90, okay, yeah. So about 1ish. And Kevin wasn't even thought of probably at the time.
Nope, wasn't. 93 all day.
Lord have mercy. I remember when that came out because another Bad Creation was out and we was all trying to do the dance, especially for the Pats and Genos. What's up, y'all?
Listen, I would pay to see you try to do the Boys and Men dance.
Oh, not now. I ain't doing that now. Ain't doing that now. No, I'm good. I'm okay.
Oh my gosh.
But that was back in the day when people, now it's like an old man where they actually used to dance in their music videos. Now it's just, they actually a lot of choreography, not just, twerking and stuff like they're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm not even going to lie. When I was young, I grew up in a time when Missy Elliott would make the best videos. Like, it was like the best. Like, I would want to be in a Missy Elliott. She like had the best videos ever. Like,
Did you see that guy that put the trash bags on? And she reposted it.
Yeah. She did what?
This guy had a bunch of trash bags on and redid the that I can't stand the rain. That song. And, you know that song, right, Maya?
Yeah.
The Missy song. Hi, Shakira. How are you?
I have seen the video. Yes.
Welcome to
Shakira.
Hi. She's Tigger, she's like,
let me think.
Continue.
Hey, no, I'm done now. I'm done. How y'all doing? Welcome to Fr3sh Friday. Come on the show. We're still saved. We just got caught up in old school music and
yes.
and just the jokes of it. What's up, Ava? Hey, Belva. Hi, Helen. If you're on for the first time, do us a favor and shout us out. Shania, Sister Drennan, how are you? Come on in. Please share if you can. If it's your first time, shout us out. Let us know where you're watching from. On Fr3sh Fridays, we talk about something tonight. Yeah, so good. Praise the Lord. Yeah, so please share. It is Super Bowl Sundays. So for Super Bowl Sunday this week, and praise the Lord. So remember, this announcement: 10 Times Better Women is moved up a half hour. The video will begin at 5:30.
The discussion starts at 5.
Video at 5:30. Post discussion at 6, and we are wrapping around 6:30. So watch the game. Praise the Lord. Have mercy. We can do God and football on the same day. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I
know all my 80s and 90s babies are ready for the halftime show. I know I am. I'm ready to enjoy.
80s and 90s baby. Kevin, you were born in 93.
I was born 90s baby.
He had to add the 90s in there. He just had to add the 90s.
Sir, from 93 to 98, you probably didn't know anything about the music that was out. From 93 to 98.
You're not even old enough to enjoy
Mary. Thank you.
What? I would hear Mary every Saturday when my mom was cleaning. I know some Mary music now. Listen, I will be doing the Mary dance and everything.
Was she tapping into your inner pain at 5 years old? Because you know her songs be tapping into that pain.
It was just a nice little bop.
She was singing his truth.
Where my milk, Mom? No milk.
I'm gonna be able to enjoy it too now.
What's up, Andre? How you doing?
You know what, Shania, get up here because I'm not gonna be the youngest one up here.
Shania's worse. She probably don't. Yeah. Kevin has lost his mind. Yes.
Oh literally. Man, every Fresh Friday I do.
So y'all come on in and share. Maya, you got something good for us to argue about first, and then we'll.
I'm trying to figure out which one should we do first. Let's get this one out the way.
Let's get some constructive criticism.
Now, first off, I don't need Maya to say a word on this one.
What are we? Wait. What are we doing, Maya? Because this is.
She's a hater.
Oh, you don't like?
Is this pick your top 3 or which one has to go?
Which one's the best one? Girl Scout cookies. Now she don't like Girl Scout cookies at all. So let's just.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Maya, are you serious?
Yeah.
Girl Scout season is coming up very soon, and this hater in the corner.
Wow, Ava. Yeah.
No, I'll pick mine. The Samoas are the best. Now they're called what are they called now? They're not called Samoas anymore.
I was about to say,
they're called what are them things called? They changed the name.
Maya trying to get us canceled.
This is the old one.
I didn't pick this. This is all your pastor.
It's all your pastor.
They used to be called that. Now they're called Caramel Delights now.
Yes, I'm like, nope.
Caramel Delights are my favorite.
I agree.
No, I think I'm gonna go with Thin Mints.
You don't like minty taste, Shakira?
I'm just like, that's such an elderly, like.
Well, first off, y'all was trying to say I was young. Now y'all trying to say I have an elderly taste.
But you do partially have an old soul, Kevin. So yes,
I do. I really
not
do.
that there's anything wrong. Oh God, never mind. Let me pull up the comments before I be.
So wait, are we picking which one is our favorite one? One has to go.
Which one's the best one? Which one's the best one?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Where's the shortbread cookies?
Ew.
This is like an old one. I would say if you want to get rid of one, get rid of them lemon
This is
ones.
the trefoils or shortbread.
Is that even a cookie? I feel like shortbread is like what they give you in a hospital. It's like your dessert cookie in the hospital.
Your girl.
Those are the best though.
Like, I don't know anybody that just go out and buy shortbread cookies. You end up eating shortbread cookies. You
they give it to you for Christmas. It's a Christmas thing. They give it to you for Christmas in the box. You know, like popcorn. You know, this is
it's like you stumble upon shortbread cookies. I never went to the store like, ooh.
Wow, you know, these older millennials are just something else today.
I don't know.
Mm-mm.
You can take it down now, Maya, since you're a hater on Girl Scout cookies. I told her she had no friends growing up.
Hey, what's your favorite kind of cookie then?
Sugar.
Sugar
bread.
So you were just gonna sit there and be quiet while I was taking all the heat. You were just gonna sit there and just I took all the heat.
Wait a minute.
You're just laughing.
Okay, so wait, let's back up. I like oatmeal cookies too.
Oatmeal raisin?
Oatmeal raisin or just
raisin?
Oatmeal?
Yes. Oatmeal
raisin. Girl, I was about to be like, you know what?
Yeah.
But you started with the nastiest cookie first, which is a sugar cookie.
It depends on how it's made. Some sugar cookies are really good.
Some sugar cookies are good now.
You went the nastiest cookie, the sugar cookie, and then shortbread. Oatmeal raisin is the best cookie.
Right.
Period.
Oh, yeah. Ava, no raisins. Oh no, Ava. We need
no raisins.
Come on, Ava.
No, I can't do that.
Come on. Gotta do the oatmeal raisin. I'm sorry. It has to be nice. Right out the oatmeal raisin. I'm sorry.
Kevin,
listen.
Kevin.
They serve oatmeal
raisin. Come from me earlier. We was here and then
that's what they serve in heaven.
Right. Oh, And I'm not a big fan of peanut butter, but peanut butter cookies are good.
I just tried that for the first time like a
Really?
few months ago.
When
So
they're warm out of the oven,
yeah,
cook good.
good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, no, I'm not a peanut butter fan. I don't like peanut butter jelly. I don't like peanut butter cookies. I don't like none of that.
I don't like peanut butter and jelly either, but I like peanut butter by itself.
No, Shakira, no, it's all thick. You
said I'm the weird one.
Y'all don't like peanut butter and jelly
Who
sandwiches?
don't like
no.
unless you got a nut allergy.
But I mean, if you don't have a nut allergy, how don't you like peanut butter and jelly? That's like a kid staple.
No, it's no.
Well, you like croissants better than things, so I figured.
Peanut butter and jelly is nasty.
You're too bougie for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yeah.
Listen, you can keep the peanut butter and jelly. I never liked that combination. I don't know why we glorify that.
It's
Yeah,
good.
It's a combination.
Why don't y'all like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Because it's nasty.
But you eat peanut butter by itself.
Right.
You don't like
you don't
jelly?
like jelly?
I do. I don't like those together. Together, they are nasty.
We have a VIP.
Hi from France, VIP.
Who's
How are you?
watching?
How are you, Fred? How are you?
Thank you,
Thanks, Fred.
Shania. It's overrated. That combination is really overrated. I'm sorry.
As an adult, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is overrated. But I'm talking about as a kid, peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
It was overrated.
As a kid, it was nasty.
I'll eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich now every now and then too.
That's all right.
Just for GP. Just
I can't. No,
That's okay.
listen, no, absolutely not.
That is nasty.
y'all gonna say y'all don't like grilled cheese sandwiches?
Oh no, I like grilled cheese.
I like grilled cheese.
You had to think about that, Shakira. You did
I'm like, cause it's certain. It depends on the type of cheese, but I like grilled cheese.
Yes, it is.
Peanut butter and jelly is nasty.
Now, Maya, you're a little quiet. Grilled cheese.
Oh, I like grilled cheese. Yeah, that's no problem.
You like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The proportions of the peanut butter and the jelly has to be, correct. But yes.
More jelly than peanut butter? Or more peanut butter than jelly?
No.
I think it's a little bit more peanut butter than jelly.
Really? I'm more
Just
jelly than peanut butter.
Yeah, I don't like it to be sloppy.
Ugh.
So like if you put too much jelly on it, it's sloppy.
Well, if you get
It
that
has to be
cheap
just
jelly,
right.
if you get that cheap jelly, it kind of spreads out. Depends what jelly you get.
Mm.
But crunchy peanut butter is my favorite, though.
No.
I would do crunchy peanut butter all day long.
No.
Look at Kevin's face.
No, I'm just the fact that they're saying they're a little more jelly than more peanut. No,
This is all wrong. Throw the whole sandwich away. Throw the whole
sandwich away.
I have to try that out, Belva.
What is it? Oh, okay. All right. So, anywho, topic tonight. We were talking about finances last week. Not last week. Last month.
Feels like your time's gone by fast.
Oh my God. January felt like the quickest, longest month ever. I don't know why. It just felt like a real straight. It felt like it took forever to finish, and then when it was over, it's like, oh, that went by quick. But we talked about finances. It was actually really good. I go off this scripture. Jesus says, Jesus says, where your treasure is, that's where your heart will be also. That our treasure follows our heart. And he talks about building things in heaven versus on earth. And he's not saying don't build a life down here. He's saying not at the expense of heaven. And I'll use that same analogy for what I'm about to say, that he's trying to pinpoint is our heart for building down here at the expense of heaven. Because where our treasure is, that's where our heart is. And I'm using this analogy in the sense of how we spend our money dictates where our heart is. Are we planning for future security, or are we planning for present satisfaction? So he's trying to show, if your heart is for heaven, you'll build towards your future. If your heart's for right now, you only build for right now. And I think that's where a lot of people get caught up, is not considering the future. Wednesday, if you guys watch Bible study, we talked about choosing the two trees. We're always stuck between two choices and the outcome we desired. I think it comes down to this. Do we have a plan for our finances, or do we just pray and believe God? I'm trying to take the deepness out of this because you don't have to be saved to have money and be a good steward over your income. I'm not saying don't pray and believe God, but prayer, actually faith will give you a plan, a strategy for your finances. When's the last time, we sat down with ourselves or somebody, kind of went over our finances, where we are, goals for where we want to go. 4 years from now, we'd like to be here. 3 years from now, here. This much amount of debt paid off by the end of December of this year. How much money do we want saved over the course of the year? Planning is important for finances because if something changes, at least you have a plan to go back to. Or if something happens, somebody gets sick, lose your job, something, you can take the plan, modify it some to fit where you're going. But I think a lot of us, especially, people of our hue and minority descent, we're not the best planners when it comes to finances.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of just live and let it be what let it be, what let it be. Or watch this, we only plan to pay our bills and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm done. Good. You say something, Kevin? Good.
No, I was listen. But no, I think part of that is a lot of us are not taught properly when it comes to our finances and that money management. And thank God, my parents, they taught me at a young age to do that.
Yeah.
And then what really taught me is when I stepped out, bought my own, got my own place and stuff like that. And I started managing my money that way because that's a whole different level of managing your money when you're at home.
Mm-hmm.
So I think part of the problem is, especially with this generation, is that a lot of them are not taught about, how to build your credit, how to, start that bank account and, saving your money and the importance of it as well. So that, and then it goes back to, like you said, Pastor Nick, like some are just saving their money just to pay their bills, but not saving their money for longevity. So it's a whole plethora of things.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. A lot of our people that raised us didn't know. They were just trying to make it,
Mm-hmm.
through certain circumstances. So they didn't know. So we're not taught, sit down, look, this is what happens with your money. Take part, give part, save part, pay bills. One of the worst things that they do on colleges is have those credit card companies on campus. And then you get a credit card and then you're locked in a credit card debt and, all that other stuff. And then by the time you're ready to buy your house or a car, your credit's messed up because you weren't paying for it. Come on, let's be real here. All of us were a little trifling. You got a student loan and it was a little over what you owed the school, and they gave you a check for $2,000, the overage, and went and spent that whole thing rather than saying, you know what, I got to pay this loan back. Let me put it to a side,
Yeah.
But it's the now versus the future mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the real conversation, because that's how it was for me. Like when I went to college, my parents were like, all right, if you decide to go this route, this is what the bills are going to look like. This is what your money's going to look like. But if you decide to go this route, then, you have to take out loans and stuff like that. So I think that element is lost today, where that's why you have so many people that have bad credit or they don't know how to save and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's a whole mixture of things. Good, Shakira.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's weird because a lot of people in my age group are that fighting the pace doing loan back section. Like I remember when did we call it a recession? I guess it wasn't 2008.
That was a
Did
recession.
we call it a recession? Okay,
recession.
because in the beginning it was like they was calling it everything, but
Yeah, it was a recession.
okay. So a lot of what we realized, I think, in the last 5 years or so was that the millennials is the first generation who doesn't have what their parents had at the same age.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if you think about most boomers, by the time they were 25 to 30, it was we own our home. I'm in a job with a pension. I'm in a union. Remember unions? Like I'm in a union. I have a car. I have, at least 2 children by now. Like it used to be the average age that you got married, that you got the house, got the car, got the kids, was prior to 30, prior to 25 even. So now to have a whole generation who, because of their parents, prioritized school, but didn't have the proper tools to pay for school, or even just lack the information or the resources. So you have a lot of people my age, close to 40, who are in a lot of debt because of trying to get an education. And so because of that flip flop, you end up with a whole generation who had to move back in with their parents at 30, or you know what I mean? So I really thought about that when I forgot what spurred that, but I was hearing people saying, "Oh my goodness, I've never seen so many adults moving back home with their parents." And I had to really think about it. And I said, well, the motivation for that is just saving money. I doubt any of them really want them. Like, not after you already moved out. Like, to live on your own and then go back home is like the most awkward. It's the most awkward thing in the world.
Mom,
It's
I'm
like
back.
no stars on
Mom,
Yelp.
I'm home.
Like,
I'm home.
But I think there's more of an
very
imbalance
hard.
too. Yeah, I think there's more of an imbalance between how much school costs and then how much you're making post graduation.
Exactly.
A lot of people are struggling just trying to find a job, you know,
Yeah.
that they feel they might be qualified for, but they don't have the experience, so then they're not hired.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it.
Because if we really want to talk about it, the hustle of the college system in America. So it was twofold. You have to go to college in order to get this level of job you want. College prices go up. If you're not extremely poor to get most of your financial aid, or if your parents aren't wealthy to pay for college, you got to pay for it yourself some way, shape, or form. And then you come out with $50,000 to $100,000, depending on what you do, worth of debt. And then 6 months later, they say, look, now you got to pay $500 to $1,000 a month on paying your loans back, but it's hard to find a job in the area that you got, your degree in. But on the flip side, looking back now, when I went to Temple, and I remember meeting a guy in the financial aid office. Yeah, see, I met a guy in the financial aid office, and he said, what I did was, and somebody told me this, and I didn't listen. He said, I went to community college first, took care of all my electives, paid it all off because it was cheaper to do that, and then went to Temple to finish off. And I thought about it. I'm like, man, all the money I could have saved if I'd have just went to community college first, save some money. Even if I had to take out some loans, it wouldn't have been as much as going to a high, a straight up college like Temple. And I know some kids, they just want to get away and go away. And they're like, well, whatever. If I got to take out $20,000, $30,000 worth of loans, I'm like, but bruh, sis, over 4 years, that's a lot of money. So I think it's both ways. But I think the hustle is, you have to have a degree to have this job, these type of jobs, but it costs so much to do it. To me, it's a whole hustle. It's about making money, not for the kids, but for the institutions.
It's such a learning experience. And I don't know. I really can't say I have like regrets. If I have regrets, it's centered around that issue. It's centered around school, college, because I did CCP first. But I retook classes so many times because while I'm at CCP, all my friends were already at Temple. And it was like, I'm leaving CCP to go to Leah Chorus and hang with my friends. And it's like, oh, that class, I'm going to pass that class. Like, that class is easy. And then going back and forth. To this day, people who graduated Temple the year most of my friends did were like, didn't I have classes with you? I'm like, no, I was just up here a lot. I wasn't even a student at the time. I was just up here. And it was me taking out loans in CCP because at the time, it's like I'm the oldest. So I had 2 younger brothers and sisters. My parents were like, we can't really help financially. So is all uses. So it was loans. And then trying to work and go to school was crazy. So then I end up just going to school, but now I'm taking out even more loans. And then, if you repeat a class, you got to pay for it again. So it's just like financial aid ladies used to be looking at me like, Shakira, baby, don't pay for this class again. Because it's not your money, it's the loan. Then by the time I graduated from there and went to Temple, it was like, oh, I missed them CCP price.
Yeah.
Per credit? I was looking at the lady like, per credit?
I think when I went, it was $1,500 a credit, I think. Or was it was somewhere around there, per credit.
Yeah. As opposed to $83 a credit at CCP. I was like, oh, no. But and then still technically still would have to go back to school to go to med school. So now I'm like, my whole career path has done shifted just based off of the finances. I was like, finances and age. I was just like, I respect. That's one thing I do respect about this generation, meaning Gen Z. A lot of them are not getting roped into the euphoria of, oh, go to college and find yourself.
Yeah.
My daughter is 15. She's in 10th grade. We tell her this all the time. That's not the place to find yourself. Find yourself in Jesus. Find yourself here. Find yourself now. Find yourself now. Don't go to school to just, oh, I'm going to just take anything and not have a focus and not have it, because it's so competitive. It's so competitive. It's like, no, you could actually get a leg up and take some college credit courses now in high school. Write the essay.
And I was going to say, because a lot of the people that I went to school with, none of us are working in the fields that we actually went to school for.
I got
feel like
maybe
that might be a
four
common
friends
thing
that
for
work in their
millennials.
field. That's it.
Yeah. So we accrued all this, debt, and then we're not doing anything with it, or at least not using it in the, quote unquote way that we should. But yeah.
And what they did was they did a study. They found out that the push from millennials and Gen Xers to go to college and give up like like trade type jobs. Now you don't have as many plumbers as you used to, and now they're looking for them. All those trade jobs, they're open like crazy because why? They pushed everybody to college and almost demoralized the trade profession.
Oh yeah.
But now plumbers, electricians are making crazy money because why? There's not that many people that know how to do it still because we pushed everybody towards college. I'm not against college. Go to college if you can, but college is not for everybody. Some people are better in the trade route. It can learn in other ways. But, I'm not anti-college at all. I'm not anti that. I'm just saying, looking back, there are wiser ways to get around this.
Absolutely.
But most people just think, if I'm going to college, I got to get these loans. But again, part of that, the system the way it is, and part of it's on us too. Some of us didn't have to go to those expensive schools, didn't have to, go away because you want to get out the house and enjoy your life. And, as much as I love a different world, that took the HBCU route way up, right? You know what I mean?
Different world had me ready to pack my bag, and I applied to everything that was out of Philly. I got into Hampton and then chickened out at the last minute and told the lady I ain't want my dorm and all that. My parents didn't even know I got accepted till like a couple years ago.
So I did hear, Pastor Nick, you talked about the community college route and everything, right? And that's the route that I went. And I like when I talk to my students, like I always say, like, especially like if you're not confident being a college student or what you want to do, like that is the best route because that's how you like really save your money. And then on top of that, I always say like closed mouths don't get fed. So like there's resources out here for minorities to help them where you really won't even pay for school, especially your first 2 years if you go to a community college, which helps you, which, thank God, like for my mom that already had some experience with FAFSA and everything. So when I went to school, I didn't pay anything. Like I went debt free, like I'm debt free. So, that's really something that I always encourage, especially nowadays, tuition is up post COVID. because that's how these institutions have to make their money, by students being on campus. That's how the custodians get paid. That's how those that work that's how they get paid, by students being on campus. So of course the tuition is going to go up for room and board and all that. So, anyone that's watching, I do encourage that. I'm a community college lover. Like, I always stand by that. Like, starting there, especially if you're not, 100% about being a college person.
Yeah, I mean, I should have went that route, but for us, I remember when I was in high school, we used to call Camden County College the 13th grade.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was always as a 13th grade, and you would make fun of people that will go to community college rather than to, oh, that's Sister Bridget. Okay, yeah, she works for our she's in our college ministry, college bound ministry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, so because of that, like I said, I didn't go. I'm like, I didn't want to be in the 13th grade, and right, all that stuff. But I'm like, looking back, like, who cares? They're not paying for my life and all this stuff. It was just all right.
Some of the hardest professors I had was at CCP. Some professors wasn't no joke.
Yeah.
Listen, it wasn't a hard choice for me either, because I have an OCD problem. I don't like roommates, so I didn't want to.
That's exactly why I didn't stay on campus. It's like, I don't want a roommate, somebody I don't know.
If you know me, I am very particular about.
I probably would have saved money if I stayed on campus, just because paying rent meant I had to work. But then working full time meant I couldn't stay at the class and get the tutoring that I needed for organic chemistry. So then it was like, okay.
But it also like depends on the type of person you are, because like my sister, she went away, but she's always been like the one that I'm always been like a homebody. So it also depends on your personality and stuff like that. But I'm a homebody, so I had no problem staying home and doing what I had to do. I didn't want to feel that college experience, because I'm just like, no, I want to get out, start making some money.
I lived at home, I worked, went to school, and I didn't want to be fighting my roommate about having any friends over there. I'm trying to sleep, and then trusting that person away. I got my possessions in the room and don't know them. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm good.
I agree. That is, yeah.
So
team no roommates.
Roommates.
I was on campus, but I didn't have a roommate.
No.
Oh, you didn't have a roommate?
My last 2 years, yeah.
Oh, you were lucky.
That's good, because I just the thought of it just living with somebody I don't know and having to get to know somebody new every year. Like my older brother was cool because his roommate was his friend from high school. They went to the same school, college. They roomed together all through college. That I could see myself doing. But outside of that, I was like, yeah, I'm good.
My brother is lucky because his roommate is never home. So
yeah, I couldn't. Nope, I couldn't do it. But that's just, when it's talking about saving his finances and stuff like that, I just think, especially now, like where prices are up nowadays, like with everything, like I think that's like the best route for people if you are deciding to, go to school. And like Maya said, I feel like that drive for this generation and younger generations to go to school is really dying down after high school, because they see us going to college and then not getting in the profession that we study for, or paying back all this money for loans and stuff like that. So it's like it's doing a whole flip where you see trade programs really booming now. You see people really going into the service more and just working more now. So it's a whole flip now.
And I think the world has opened up a little bit more too, because there are things that, like social media, that I do now, that wasn't a thing when I went to school, So I think there are more opportunities, more on the trade end, perhaps, that the younger generation, has available to them too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They're all trying to be social
media. Like the entrepreneur generation.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's good. It's just, trying to teach them. A lot of them now, I'm like, okay, you got this opportunity. You can make money younger. Do right with your money. Don't do dumb stuff like some of us did when we first got some money. We went shopping, didn't save. Come on, I wish I can get some of my shoe money back. I ain't I'm not even gonna lie to you. I mean, I was just foolish. Like, got some money. All right, Jordans. Got some money. Well, I was buying Jordans then, but like, sneakers, shoes,
Listen,
suits, ties. I mean, just
I've been there.
lost my mind.
Been
Right.
there. Lines for Jordans. This has been there. Never again.
All
Right.
my fly stuff went to pay off when they was garnishing my wages for the loans that I didn't pay back. So it was me on eBay, like authentic Gucci bag.
but that's the thing that gets me. Like, I remember there was one kid, he went to Bergdorf Goodman to buy a belt a couple years ago, and they thought he was there to steal. And the first question most people ask, you're 16 years old, or what, 15, 16, 17 years old. Why are you going to Bergdorf Goodman's buying a $200 belt? For what? Like, that whole stunting for the gram and whatever they call it now, and doing stuff. It's exaggerated our need for presentation.
Yeah.
And not even just on social media, but just walking around and stuff. I mean, I got a job and I ain't got no $200 belt. First off, I wouldn't do it. That's insane to me. Now, I know Kevin, on the other hand, he might.
Now, see, sir,
He ain't saying nothing.
yeah, you're doing great.
He ain't saying nothing. He ain't saying nothing.
You were doing great.
And plus, he ain't got no responsibility beside himself like that. I got kids and stuff. I gotta be careful.
It's all about balance.
Oh, that's how I feel. I don't even.
It's all
listen,
about
if it's in
balance.
your budget,
I ain't
do
mad.
you.
Trust me, I am not mad, Joe.
Parents deserve luxury too. If it's in your budget, do you?
But no, I do understand where you're coming from, Pastor Nick. I've never been that one to want to get things for the next person or recognize, just being recognized or anything. But if you like it, I say get it. But as long as you budget for it, because trust and believe, if I'm going to get something, I also have money for my bills. So
Because it goes back to, can you justify it? Not can you afford it? Can you justify it? I mean, there was a time where I looked at my closet. I said, you don't need to buy nothing else. And I literally went on a 2 to 3 year. I didn't buy anything. No clothes, no shoes like that, nothing. I was like, yo, this is before I got married. I was like, gotta temper this thing. Because it was just, for what? Like, why? But again, it goes back to what's driving us to get those present things. And I can look back now and see, I mean, one time, it was years ago, I went through my closet and found a pair of shoes I hadn't worn in like a year and some change. I forgot I had them. And I was like, come on, dog. Come on. I was like, this is way back. I was like, for real, come on. You stop. But that's real though. And being able to assess future. And now that we're all getting older, time moves quicker. And retirement feels like it's 20, 30 years away. If we live that long, Lord willing, we can live to our 60s and 70s. But that gap between 30 and 70 is a long time. It's 40 years. But savings wise, it's not a long time.
Yeah.
At all.
For they say if you have a retirement account, and I think we talked about this last time, if you start your retirement account in your 30s compared to your 20s, you probably lost about $100,000 plus. Just from that 10-year gap of not investing in your retirement, you've lost that much money. So, if your job is giving you a match the match. We got to get past this get by lifestyle and believe in that prosperity is just, Lord have mercy. Let me just sow the seed and put a shout on it. You need to do more than that. Giving is a part of the process, and I believe in giving. I sow. But that's a part of the process. The Bible talks about good stewardship over our money, saving, all those paying off debt, all those things the Bible talks about. And we need to remember all those things and not just pray about it, but actually put a plan together to work it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in trouble now.
That's
but it's
so,
real,
no,
though.
but that's so true. I mean, growing up, you would hear phrases like, sow your way out of poverty.
Yeah.
you have to steward your way out of poverty. You can't you can't sow your way, because the other thing is we'll do something and then turn right back around and ask the church for the money that you knew you shouldn't have given over anyway. It's like, well, y'all gonna pay my light bill, right? Ma'am, 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 ma'am.
You gave your light bill. Like,
If you knew you got a shut off notice, but you stood in the line so you could get a word from the prophet,
Jesus.
the word is pay your bills.
Right.
You can sow, pay your tithes, but actually, if you give right, and if you do it well, giving actually helps you become a better steward over your money.
Mm.
So, but you're right. A lot of it is stewardship, and part of stewardship is giving, but we steward our way out of a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe in miracles. I've seen God do some stuff.
Absolutely.
People gave and God moved. We're not talking about that. We're just saying it's not enough just to give and not do the responsible stuff on the other side too.
Right. We have to have balance, because I think it is definitely sowing, but we have to have understanding with it. We have to understand the natural component to, you know what I mean? Your needs will be met, but there's still some conditional things you have to do just to live down here on this earth.
Mm-hmm. I like that. And I think, like you said, we have to get out, because I feel like part of our culture, or maybe the whole culture, they have that mind. They have that mindset of like, living. Some people have that mindset of living paycheck to paycheck, or not having a little extra, or putting something to the side. And that's something that you may have where you were young and you develop that, but like as you get older and you mature and you start seeing that, you have to start making that decision for yourself. Like, all right, I'm not going to live with that mindset that my parents may have had, or my grandparents may have had. Like, you have to break that, because it's not helping you. And like you said, Shakira, like, you'll be quick to drop money for something else, but then be asking, okay, you gonna help me with this? Or no, it does not work.
I think the reason we're so quick to fall into that is because we saw God always come through for them.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's difficult when it's like, well, yes, grandma lived paycheck to paycheck, but God always made a way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, he did, but y'all didn't have to struggle the way y'all struggle.
There you
know
go.
what I mean? Like he's never ever going to the Bible says, I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor their seed begging for bread. So that's God. That is a promise. That's his covering. That's his daily benefits. You know what I mean? How scripture said we loaded with daily benefits. But it's also not his will for us to live in poverty generation after generation after generation. If we just get a revelation of financial stewardship, we can shift, you know what I mean, a whole family.
Yeah,
I
right.
want my life down here to be less stressful, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Sorry, go ahead, Mike. No.
I was gonna say, I think we need to take the responsibility in showing the next generation. I might be providing for you, but there's gonna be come a time where you're gonna need to do this on your own. Because I think some of the problem now is that we were just given, but we weren't taught how to manage it, so we have less value for funds and whatnot.
Right.
So we're talking about it, but we need to make sure that we're taking the responsibility going forward to make sure that these kids know what to do.
Little Kevin had that commerce. You remember that commerce bank?
Yep.
Changing that. All right. Every time you get something, make sure you save it. All right. You want to go cash that in? Go cash in. See how much. Like, all right, put that aside. Like that's
what
you need to show.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, and sure, like you have to work for it too. Like
you have to work for
it.
And be good stewards as over your money, and be good stewards as parents. Like, don't dip into their college fund every you know what I mean? I'm like, because
don't get credit in their name either.
They 5 years old and the gas bill is in their name, and come on, y'all. They trying to figure out why they can't get a student loan.
Y'all is touching on some things.
Look,
I don't know.
though.
They gonna be like, don't bring her back for Fresh Friday no more.
but it's sad to say that's what happens though. Like, and that's why, you know, kids start off with bad credit, like, because sometimes their parents weren't responsible for that. But it goes back to, like Maya said, like, we have to teach, you know, the next generation, because like the younger generation, they don't even know how to fill out a check. Like, even though that's something you don't even see nowadays, that's still something that they should know. Like, you know, how to
balance a checkbook,
like how to balance a checkbook and all that. How to, you know, or balance your bank account and stuff like that. They are things that they need to know, you know?
Everything is Cash App.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But y'all are right. It's teaching them that just because we got by and God made a way, I don't want you to live like, you know, that's wilderness living of daily, you know, of a daily miracle to help us get forward. Like, I'm glad God fed us and turned this little meal into a whole feast for everybody, but it's not supposed to stay that way forever,
right?
And teach them how to open a bank account. Like, I was watching this thing where they were talking about the NFL players, how they lost a lot of their money. One guy said he took his bonus was like $40,000, took it to a check cashing place because he didn't know how to open a bank account.
What?
And they were like, "Sir, we can't give you this amount of money." You know,
Scottie Pippen.
But and he admitted, he said, nobody told me. He was like 21, 22. Nobody taught him how to go to a bank and open a bank account. You know, because little stuff like that is like, yo, this is how you do it. This is how you open a bank account. This is how you do, like you said, check an account. You balance it out, how you budget. My son, you know, he'll if he breaks something in the house, he got a little wallet, you know, little something. Ain't nothing much. You know, you gotta pay for it. We give it back to him eventually, but just try to teach him, like, yo,
big on that eventually.
It's the principle.
He gets it back. It's the principle. Life is not, everything in life isn't free,
right?
Yeah,
and you know, you're gonna have to learn how to manage what you have. So, can we go get this? Do you have the money for it? Yes, I got X, Y, and Z amount in my wallet. Well, if we spend that, how much money are you gonna have left? Well, I can always get more. How? You ain't got no job. Sorry. No, I don't say it like that, but I'm like, but it's teaching lessons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me and your mother have money. You have nothing. You have absolutely nothing. You have no money.
That's the truth, though. Like, that's, and what you said about the football player, that's why a lot of like celebrities, that when they get discovered when they're young, they really don't have no money by the time they're like 30 or something, because they are just signing their rights off to everything and not even checking their accounts, where the money's going to and stuff like that. So that, I'm not surprised by it, that he did not know. Like,
the accountant stole the money.
Yep.
This is one basketball player made $130 million in his career. He's so broke now, he has to live with a roommate.
Wow.
And he's eating like sandwiches and stuff. He made $130 million. Wow. And the crazy thing about that was, most of the white players, they lost their money in investments. Most of the black players lost their money partying, strippers, cars, you know, helping their family out. And when they're broke, their family that they helped out, nowhere to be found.
Right.
I was about to say that. I'm like, we also have like that black tax of. No, seriously. I believe that's what they call it.
It's true though.
It's like, you made it. Now it's like, I gotta pay for my nephew private school. I gotta buy my aunt a new house. My grandpa need a roof. I promised TT and them that I would do this, and then I promised, you know what I mean? And it's like, everybody starts coming to you for everything. It's like, you paying for the funerals, you paying for everything. And it's, I wonder if that also contributes to our lack of, you know what I mean, for those that have made it to a certain level. Is it the weight of carrying your whole family on your back?
Yeah, and you have to tell some of them no.
Yeah,
like Shaq tells his kids, "Don't ask me for money. Bring me a business plan." I heard a couple other people say that. If y'all want me to help you, bring me some business plan. I'll help you start a business. They don't do it because they don't want the work. They want you to pay for their lifestyle, and you have to be able to say no. I'm gonna help my mama out. You know, mama get whatever she wants. But outside of that, you help a few other people, but I don't think it's appropriate to go broke helping a bunch of people that feel entitled to your money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think that's good stewardship at all.
Yeah. But I think that's the hardest thing for us. Like when, you establish a career, you establish, some money management skills where there's family members that look at you like, oh, let me just go to them. They got it. Like, it's like, and us being kind, we want to help out, but that's the hardest part by saying no to your family sometimes when they are in need, when they can do exactly what you're doing. Like they can get out here and work. They can like, I don't know. That right there, that's a topic. You want to talk about that? That's a topic.
Yeah. And I'm not saying don't help people. You can do that, but you have to have some money set aside for help and more money set aside for your investments because you're no good to them if you're broke.
Yeah.
Because again, the problem is, look at Hammer. All of them said it when they were broke. They went back to those people, and all of them just ghosted them. Just were gone. And I don't feel like it's appropriate to fund somebody else's lifestyle when they're not willing to do anything at all. You got to put and it's hard, but you got to put those things up. But you want to know how close you are to somebody? Tell them no. See how they react.
Mhm.
Tell them no. See how they react.
Shakira's face.
And if they can stop talking to you for weeks and months because they're mad at you for saying no, they just revealed how they see you, and you are not as close to them, and they don't love you as much as you think they do. Gotta make a decision. Who you arguing? I ain't gonna ask. So anyway, this is an interesting conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're gonna get this deep into it. We didn't joke as much today. I guess it wasn't a joking matter. We started talking about student loans and everybody got somber.
Got serious real quick.
That's a real topic though nowadays. Like, cause
all my life,
not only that, like not only student loans, but also where that experience in college got us. Like where you spend all that money in college, you spend all that experience, and then you don't really get into your career until you're close to your 30s and stuff. Like so that's what this. I see a lot of millennials go through and that are still going through nowadays. So it's just a real topic and very relatable.
Yeah. And adults do what they want to do with their money. I'm like, stop telling me you broke when you got a new pair of Jordans on that cost you $200 or you got this on that cost you this and this. I'm like, come on, y'all. We can do better. Some of us are trying to be hood rich, as they say, just having materials and not others, stuff. I'm like, come on. And that's a whole nother discussion about our community and how we, not even just ours, this every community, but ours is worse, because we still identify part of our identity in how we dress. So,
wow.
I remember going to the National Black Museum in DC. One of the cards there, they were showing people dressed up. They said that African Americans back in the days of slavery and post slavery dressed up a lot. Because that was one of the only things they could control. Presented themselves with clothing. And when I read that, I said, I understood why they did it. The problem is we never grew out of it. We never grew out of it. And I'm not against buying nice stuff. I am not saying I like nice stuff. I'm not saying you can't buy nice things, but your identity isn't in
the nice things.
Those nice things.
Yeah.
That's, to me, that's the difference.
Yeah.
And we have to grow out of that, where the clothes don't make you, you make the clothes.
Right.
If you got to buy a pair of shoes to make yourself feel good, you got to have a different discussion. You got to have a different discussion. All right, Maya, you got something for us? We can go. Something else.
All right, here we go.
Oh wait, hold up.
Let's do the best two and the nastiest two.
Best two and nastiest.
The best two and the nastiest two.
All right, so I'm gonna go with glazed on top row.
Is it good?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. And the glazed chocolate on the bottom row. The nastiest for me would be the jelly filled and the powdered. First off, when you eat the powder, your mouth is dry, and I don't like things. If I can't see what's in the food, I don't want any surprises.
Well, break it open.
No, absolutely not.
Break it in half.
Nope.
And eat it that way.
Y'all already know I don't like peanut butter and jelly, so you know I'm not gonna like jelly filled.
Yeah, you would. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, Maya, I know. Oh, you like donuts. I forgot.
I think for me it would be glazed that I like. This is hard.
Hard.
This is actually this is difficult. Yeah.
I'll say definitely glazed. I'm torn between powdered and Boston cream.
As one of your favorites?
Yeah.
I can get that one there.
But I know the worst is sour cream.
Ew,
and original.
Original's too dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powder's dry.
It's too dry. But I'm talking about the original plain is dry too.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Very basic.
Yeah. Shakira, go ahead. I'll wait till y'all done.
I would pick glazed and glazed chocolate as the best two.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of stuck on the worst two. One of them is definitely jelly.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like sprinkles. But y'all got it on chocolate ice. And I would like chocolate ice without the sprinkles.
Wait a minute. You don't like Jimmy's and sprinkles in your ice cream either?
No.
Oh my goodness.
They taste like wax.
Jesus, somebody.
What? Wait.
Mercy.
I need to change my words because I completely missed the coffee roll. That's gross.
I guess mine would be jelly filled in the sugar rays, because they get all like sweaty if they're in the plastic. Who? Me?
That's all you should hear.
Mine is hard. This is difficult because I love Boston cream. I like Boston cream. I like a good glaze. I like a good Cinnabon from Cinnabon. Coffee roll Cinnabon. You don't like Cinnabons either, Shakira?
I do, but you reaching. A coffee roll ain't nowhere near the taste of a silly Cinnabon. He's gonna say, I like Cinnabon.
Get there.
I like a good Cinnabon. That is not a Cinnabon.
But that's true. Well, okay, so this is what I'll do. I'll do honestly, to me, a glazed, fresh out of the oven from Krispy Kreme. Cannot eat that. Cannot eat that.
From Wawa stuck in the bag.
From Krispy Kreme.
Right.
From straight out of the oven. Cannot beat that.
Not Wawa.
Yeah, they have some donuts, but you can't. You got to get them when they fresh come out.
Yeah, because then they get little, that air in there.
They get delivered at like midnight. You got to show up late.
Yeah. Dang, the second one's kind of hard for me because I love a good glazed blueberry. If I won't say that. Honestly, all right, I would do my favorite. I would do glazed, regular glazed, and I'll do a Boston cream.
You know how I feel about cream filled, so
yeah, I know you don't like anything. So, the worst is that chocolate Cruella, and I'll probably do the sour cream.
What's it called?
The chocolate Cruella, whatever it's called, Cruella, with the little spirals in there. Cruella, whatever it's called.
I heard Cruella.
Did you say Cruella de Vil?
Whatever it is, it's the circle one.
I would have said that too. It's saying it really fast though,
Right. But I love a good jelly filled donut. Jelly filled donut is good.
Jelly filled good, though. The last couple years, I've had one. It hasn't worked out so good.
Jelly filled.
But if I had to get one, it would be what are those things called? They're not donuts. They're pastries. Dang it! I always get them when I go to the Amish Mart.
I was gonna say the Amish Mart makes some good donuts.
It makes the Amish Mart in Williamstown. Yes.
Oh,
I haven't been to that one.
The one in Williamstown.
Shania, are you doing the comments? You already know.
Look, the apple and the apple fritter and the blueberry fritter are so good there. Oh my God, they're so good there. I love a good fritter. I'll take that.
They have the best donuts. Like you go there. My
Do they have
God.
like the bacon donuts and it
Yes,
has
they
like
do.
bacon
Go with the
filled
bacon.
cream?
Here we go. Here we go. I told y'all. Here y'all go with y'all bacon.
That's good.
Kevin, stop. It's so good. They have bacon on the donut. It is good.
Janai,
French
you're
fry
talking
too?
about the donuts at
It
Amish
is
Market.
good though. Bacon on the donuts is good.
Yes. Going to the Amish market getting the donut is wonderful. I'm trying to tell you something. I go there like, how many you want? About 6. And
Yeah.
that's for me and the kids too. So, but
What's better, donuts or brownies?
Donuts.
donuts, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
eating.
Donuts.
No, hold up now.
Brownie.
Now,
I'll do a donut over a brownie.
if you get the 2-bite brownies from Sam's Club, you may change your mind.
Those are good. Those
Yeah,
are good.
Maya knows.
Okay.
Maya
The
knows.
2-bite brownie.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, Nick, I'm pitting you on the 2-bite brownies at Sam's Club.
Bring me one sometime. Bring me one
I
time.
got you. I'm gonna bring next engage.
Okay.
Are they chewy? Are they chewy? Or are they
They're chewy.
They're chewy, but they have like a crisp around the edge, right, Kev?
Mhm.
They're good.
are they like in a
You'll
pack?
eat like 10 of
pre-made,
them.
Or are they made there? Or are they like prepackaged like in?
I think they're made there and then they package them up. They're like
Okay.
made through Sam's. They're really good.
Bring me one time.
I got you.
I love. Thank you, Bill. I love me a good fritter. Oh my God, I love me a good fritter. I'll tear them fritters up. But a sweet brownie, I think because of variety. I'll pick a donut over brownie because of variety.
Right. But the brownies that have like the cream cheese icing on it, that's good.
Look at her getting all excited. It's cream cheese brownie. It's good.
That's shut up.
Oh,
Those are the best brownies.
I've never had a brownie with cream cheese icing on it.
It's good.
So you gonna make one more time?
Oh no, I don't make them.
Why is it? Oh no, I don't make them.
Where you getting from?
You can get them from like BJ's or one of those places.
Y'all gotta hook me up then.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna bring you a whole. I'm just buying
I
you.
just need a little piece. I have to get this weight off me because if we get back in church in the next couple of months, I need to be able to fit back in my suits.
Listen, well, you have
I want
kids
to suit
now.
in 2 years.
Listen, it's all right. It's spring's coming. It's fine.
Yeah.
I gotta learn how to walk in dress shoes again. It's been, I mean, I'll probably be fine, but like, there's a certain fit to your dress shoes compared to sneakers,
Yes.
which I've been wearing for the whole 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, try high heels.
No,
8 inches.
I know a lot of women are like, yo, I gotta learn how to walk in heels again. And
It's gonna be a whole thing.
Everybody, never mind. I'm not even going.
It's not gonna work.
if my jet lag already all jacked up already, you know it's gonna be
I will try though.
right. And then you'll be in the same situation.
Like my extra pair of shoes.
Thank you. You better walk around some comfortable shoes so your leg get better.
it's
so hard-headed,
weird.
yo.
It's
Hard-headed.
weird. Like putting heels
I'll
on
just have my walker
now
on the side.
after the pandemic. It's like
I think everyone developed a different, not that, but just like clothing that they like wear all the time now. You know what I mean? Now that, like, because that's like when when I went back to work, I was like, oh my God, like I gotta get back into the swing of things. Like I gotta put dress pants back on and stuff.
I work from home now, so I'm just like, it's like, oh, we'll be going to Target. Like, hold on, let me get cute. It's like, don't go nowhere now. So it's like, oh, I got stuff just sitting.
Andre.
I like wearing suits. I do. Not that I dislike them, but I'm totally okay. After this pandemic, I am totally okay if I don't have to wear them only out of necessity. But outside of that, I am perfectly fine. I'll be coming to church on Sundays with jeans on and t-shirts and hoodies and stuff. I'm like sneakers.
I'm probably going to be even extra when we get back in that building, just because I couldn't stunt for 2. Like,
it's gonna be the Met Gala.
Right, hats all up.
Right, everybody gonna have a Met Gala
with my envelope. Like,
that's gonna be a segment.
Right. Hey, y'all, we'll finish this conversation offline. We gotta go, y'all. See y'all later. Bye, y'all.
Bye.